Hey guys, and welcome to Smash University. Hope you guys are enjoying the content thus far. Please go ahead and like, follow, subscribe with that bell icon. You want to make sure you get the content, right? You want to make sure you get all the feedback. And I'm with all the squad today, and we're about to talk about freaking Nickelodeon All Star Brawl. Who saw this coming? I've heard some stuff in the woodworks, but I did not know about this game. This is actually ridiculous.
It's out of left field. I think, we were talking earlier, I think the crazier thing, or I don't know, one of the craziest things, there's a lot of crazy things about this announcement, but it's slated to come out at the fall of this year.
This year.
Yeah,
dude.
Like, very soon.
On every system? Pretty much.
Yeah, I'm not playing that on the Switch though. Come on now.
Oh yeah, see it.
Yeah.
Oh, the thing about it, man. See a GameCube controller. Love Diva.
Yeah.
Dang, I forgot about that.
That's the only thing. I was just like, damn, I really don't want to play it on Switch, but
yeah, they said the PC one's coming eventually. But that one I definitely do hope comes out sooner, because I do want to play this with GameCube controller. That's just I don't know if I can play another Smash game that's not on a GameCube.
It's just so used to it, man. It's so weird because you play any other fighter or anything like that, but it's man, that game I just I just need a game controller, man. But you know what? Okay, so off rip, the graphics don't look like they're too taxing, so I don't feel like it's going to be a situation where you're going to have the game and it's just Switches. Usually the Switch ports are terrible. It's dude, barely trying to survive. It does 3 frames per second, something stupid, you know what I mean? So I don't feel like it's going to hit it that much, because the ask, for the graphical prowess needed to run this game, so the it's going to be crazy. So I might be okay with getting a Switch one and then eventually getting a PC one, for it or something like that. But I don't know, man. Dude, this is insane. So, do you guys know the name of these guys who made Slap City? It's Leosity, right? Or something like that?
Yeah, it's something like that. I forget the actual name. But
yeah, but
I've heard a lot of good things about Slap City. Very rarely have I've never played the game myself, but very rarely have I heard someone say, I played Slap City and it was bad. I didn't like it, right? Obviously there's obvious shortcomings, right? They don't have a crazy budget to have insane animation and stuff. But even then, I think the level of animations and Nickelodeon characters, I think it's fine, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? I think that it looks good enough kind of thing, right? Nothing super duper crazy, but I think at the end of the day, as long as the IP is good enough and you can kind of go from there, hopefully they can, throw more money at it, make it look as best as possible. But yeah. The fact that they're making it from the developers are from Slap City, the people that made Slap City, is a huge step.
It's gonna feel. I feel like it's gonna play very nice. It's gonna feel good, and plus we also don't know how old the footage is that's in the trailer. It's releasing this fall still, but we still saw some cosmetic updates here and there for Ultimate even, and so we basically, it could end up looking even better than it does. I think it looks nice for for what it is. It's funny because when this title dropped, everyone knew the title last week or a few days ago or whatever, and it was oh yeah, gonna be another low budget Walmart whatever Smash Bros. It's not gonna play anything like Smash or whatever. But then they drop it, and then it's you see the wave dashing, and then oh yeah, by the way, we have rollback too. It's wait a second, and by Ludosity, the Slap City guys, it's wait a second, wait, it's actually gonna be good. What?
Yeah.
The last thing you expect to be legit.
Oh yeah, dude, and that's the crazy thing, man. Because like I said, man, I've heard through the woodworks there's some different games being worked on the platform fighter side. Some with some crazy IPs, people are like trying to do some stuff. People recognize it's a space that they need to be a part of, and it's kind of crazy that this whole time it's just been dominated solely by Nintendo. Obviously, Nintendo has the greatest IPs and stuff, but it's like, dude, there's so many other people who can just interject their IPs and at least like collect some of the market. You know what I mean? Some of the pie, not the whole pie, but some of the pie. But it's it's crazy because like you said, we saw it and you're like, whatever. Nintendo, some basic generic stuff, and they always fail. This stuff's never good. And then you're like, Ludosity? Like, wait, hold up. Wait, Slap City guys? Yo, wait, hold up. Waveland and the like platform drop there? Like, whoa, wait, okay. This actually might be the truth. Oh yeah, by the way, this has rollback. Like, dude, it's insane because you see, going back to what you guys talked about originally about Slap City, that game, you can say what you want about the animations or whatever. The thing that Slap City did very, very well, and people said this the moment this game came out, character design and how they played was sick, and the movement was godlike.
Yeah,
like
the
Melee
movement
level, some people argued better than Melee. You know, some people may think that's blasphemy. I know that's crazy. You know, who knows? Some people may believe it. Someone no. Yeah, never. Tell me. Like, you know, like, I don't know. Like some people will believe it, some people won't. Right? But like it's good. Like people at least put it in the discussion, which is crazy because you know people are like, oh, Melee, like, you know what I mean? So it's insane for that to happen, and then you think to yourself, it's just like, yeah, but at the end of the day, it's like these random ass characters. But now you have these iconic characters that you love, like since childhood, and you get that movement, and you have the rollback. It's like, dude, and you have like, you know, they're gonna be creative with characters that are insanely they can be creative with. You know what I mean? Like, dude, like you're playing Patrick, SpongeBob, freaking Avatar, like, you know, like, dude, there's no way that you're not gonna be like doing crazy stuff. Rugrats, bro, freaking Hey Arnold, yeah, Helga in there, dude, Reptar, bro,
dude,
like,
Reptar. Yeah, like, Reptar was the character. I didn't even know I wanted Reptar in, but I'm like down. I would have never thought of that. It's like, oh,
and he looks sick.
Dang, Avatar would be hype.
Like, Avatar has got to be in.
He's got to be in, right? Because like he's like probably one of the more successful, shows from Nick.
Oh,
like,
for sure. And
Avatar's like stood the test of time too, right? Like people still love Avatar.
Oh,
people love it.
Yeah, they made Avatar Studios this year, and they're working on some new stuff.
Yeah, so they're serious about this.
Boy, who are you gonna main?
Who's a ninja in the game? Who's a ninja in the game?
Oh yeah, are there any ninjas?
My shiny teeth. I don't think there is any Fairly Odd Parent characters in there yet.
Chip Skylark?
Oh, Chip Skylark's in it?
Oh, he's gonna make Chip in 2 games now.
Oh yeah, Chip Skylark.
Chip Nation, dude. Yeah, that
shiny teeth in me.
That game's gonna be baller, dude. I don't care what anyone says. So if you look at the art for the game, right? The box art, right? When you look at the box art, they actually have a silhouette, and the silhouette looks like Korra. So it looks like Korra's actually confirmed, and like someone said, like it looks like Aang's in there as well.
Aang's in there too.
So it looks like yeah. So
yeah,
like,
I want
obviously like Nintendo's about it. Yeah. So dude, like those characters. If those characters are in this game and the game moves as everything they're supposed to do, like I'm good. Like just playing those 2 characters. Like dude, and any other Avatar characters we fire, but dude. Korra and Aang are in there, like, I'm good.
Yeah, I really want, like, a lot of the other characters, too, from Team Avatar. Like, I think Toph would be really cool. And I also want to play as Azula, because that would be cool, too. I think that's the number 1 character I wanted. I wanted Azula. But other than that, yeah, like, I know, like, Korra's going to be super hype. And Aang as well, too. Because, like, they're the goats, man.
I know, man.
It's just crazy that we're finally seeing other big companies kind of like move into the space like you were talking about earlier, right, Bam? Like the thing is, like Nintendo has laid out the formula. All you have to do is copy it. Like you just come out with a small cast, right? Like, and then you plan a bunch of DLC, and like, dude, people get hyped, like so hyped for Smash character reveals, like to the point where it's like people that don't even play Smash get like crazy hype for Smash reveals, right? Like. And I feel like you just copy that formula and like you know what the community likes because at least you have like a baseline, right? Like you understand like the hard, like the competitive community, the casual community and stuff like that. Like I wonder if they're gonna have items and stuff like that. I think honestly that might be a pretty big deal in terms of like how it sells like casually, right? Because I think that's one thing that Nintendo, you like can't touch them in. Like obviously I think just in platform fighters in general, but like the item side, the one player mode, all that other stuff, right? Like I wonder how much of that is going to be included in this game, or if this game is specifically designated towards the competitive side, right? Which it could be like, could very well be. I don't know if Slap City had like options for items or anything like that, but like the Waveland, the rollback, right? These are all like really big key buzzwords for competitive players to like get them to play the game, right? So
yeah, well, we saw in the trailer like a lot of the stages were kind of like very obviously not like the standard like Smash, platform arrangements. Like they were more like the for fun stages. So I definitely do think that is the like for fun, casual, and pretty much all the footage was like free for all style, and so I definitely think they're pushing that aspect because that's where the majority of the sales do come from. But also like the competitive community picks up on these things really fast, and we're all like very much together. Like we all like share this with each other, and now like all the FGC people as well are also like in on this and looking at this and the features, and they know that there will be a way to play this competitively actually and seriously, which is really funny. But it did look from the trailer that like a lot of the focus was like, yeah, you could totally just play this like casually for fun, type of deal.
Yeah. Yep, and that's a good sign, honestly. That's a really, really good sign. Like, they did have a stage that literally was Battlefield 2.0, like 100%. Mm-hmm. They had their triplats and whatever. But like you said, majority of the stages that they did show off, like they had a couple that were like, okay, this can be competitive. But they definitely showed off some stages that are like for fun. And that's a good sign, because that means that you are going to try. They are also looking to pull in the casual audience with this stuff. And this is a very easy way to do that. They can shout this out, everywhere over Nickelodeon day in and day out. So that's free, right? Marketing that's going to be happening all the time. When they announce a character, it's like people may go back and rewatch the series, Like there's a lot of good plays with this, and they have a Rolodex of iconic characters, right? You have so many icons out here that they can really push and elevate in this way, which is going to be really cool. Yeah, but it looks hype. Like right now, so we have like Danny Phantom is in this, Powdered Toast Man. We got Ninja Turtles. Now they're in a game that's like actually going to be legit too. So we were going to be hyped about that.
The Loki shots though.
Bro, I'm just keeping it a buck, dude. The freaking what was it? Mutant Before Time. What was it? Crap, this shit was trash. Anyways, I just never played anything else. I was like, dude, what is that? I forgot what it was called. But then you're like Helga, like, dude.
The lineup's crazy.
Yeah, it's so crazy already. And I love how people are breaking down the trailer as well. I love that people were sitting there and they're like, yo, what, dude, Patrick is a grappler. Why the heck is his range is so ridiculous? Bro, he grabbed someone grounded and he like flew over them. Like he was like full hop height. Did a freaking he flew like he was doing a freaking Psycho Crusher, and then like grabbed the dude when he's on the ground.
No, yeah, that's gonna be fun. Like, it's like gonna be a crazy game that's gonna be like super goofy and has a lot of like crazy things, but it's like at the same time, it's I bet it's also like what we're banking on is it feeling really well and moving really well and everything, and it's just gonna be like, I don't know, just like a really fun time. Like all that, like all those like small like broken things or like big broken things rather, are just gonna be like, because the Slap City guys, they're like characters and the moves they do, they're like really creative with some of them, and they're like really like entertaining and or like funny to like watch. So yeah, man, I just think I do wonder like what characters are gonna end up like being the most broken, and like what like if they add like Donnie from Wild Thornberries or whatever, and he just like is super fast and crazy and just like runs amok on everyone, that'd be like super funny.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's gonna be funny hearing people complain about these characters in real time.
Oh no, yeah.
Like, bro, dude, I hate Patrick Maines. Yo, this dude, all I do is drink glue. Like, look at this dude, man. He just keeps grabbing me. Like, that's all he does. Like, you know how to play, bro. Mash more. Like, like getting tight at SpongeBob. Like, how you get tight at SpongeBob, bro? Like, like you actually are legitimately raging because SpongeBob just camped you out. Like, I think that's gonna be the funniest thing. And yeah, it's crazy because, like you said, Paz, there's a lot of characters. We know that the team Ludosity, like, they've been good at making characters feel super fun and like just super streamlined to play. So they're going to do that. I mean, even already some of the stuff too. The cool thing is because of the IP and the way that these particular IPs are used, like, this game sells itself. Like, already, we've all seen so many memes that were just natural progressions of what the content was. Like, the fact that Patrick had that dare that comes from back in the show when he was like an ice cream cone, like he does that dive, and then everyone's just showing that stuff, like there's just so many little things there that are going to be every time people are just gonna be able to meme because there's so much content. You know what I mean? There's so many things that people would look up, and there's so many memes based off Nickelodeon stuff. So many, right?
Especially SpongeBob.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, SpongeBob is a huge part of meme culture. Actually,
exactly. Like, it is crazy how integrated it is into meme culture, right? Like, it was the OG meme station, to get your meme content like SpongeBob, right? So. That's another thing I think that goes really great for this game. So it can stay relevant just off that alone. And it's again, the game itself, based on how these guys' track record, you just know it's going to play really well. I don't know. It seems like they're doing all the right things right now. I think it's great that even one of the developers, because there wasn't it wasn't like they did an interview or something. Someone asked one of the developers.
Yeah, just on
Discord. And the dude was just yeah, we got rollback. No hidden, no crazy, all this stuff. Maybe 80, let's go, 6 months later, we'll go and have we'll have a Japanese panel and have some people, and then we'll say oh, we're thinking about it. We're thinking about it.
Yeah, maybe.
Someone just went up, asked him, and he said yes. And that was it. That is a good sign. That is a very good sign.
Oh yeah.
And I personally didn't get into the game, but I'm sure we all know about it. Paz, I don't know if you played it or not, but that Killer Instinct, right?
I played a bit of KI.
I didn't play any KI at all, but just watching and stuff, and just that was a very special moment in time. For that time period to have rollback, to have that dedicated team who cares about the series, who loves the series. They built it out. You had Maximilian doing trailers for stuff. You just had all this dude. Also,
it was free.
All these guys.
It was the characters weren't you could still buy the full game and the access to every single character, but to start out, just to boot it up and play one character or whatever, it was free. That was amazing for it.
It was crazy, and it was insane. I think the only thing for KI, honestly, is just the IP wasn't as big, for people, and there's some people just didn't really play KI in the past. Mm-hmm, but what happened with a team that cared and loved games and has been playing and all veterans, and they were chosen to build this game, and the way they were able to create it and put the love into it, you could tell, and it made a huge splash, right? People forever love KI on the Microsoft way because of that. And it's just hard to emulate that. But I feel that's kind of what's happening with this Nickelodeon, right? You have a team that made a fun, crazy game with Slap City. They're super love and passionate. They're clearly people who understand how the mechanics should be for a platform fighter. And it's now they're given the IP, and now they're doing it justice. They knew we need to get rollback. We need to get these stages, right? We need to have the movement how it's going to be. We're going to have these created characters. I'm just seeing a lot of right things off the bat with transparency. Bro, that's a very good sign, man. That's a very, very good sign.
No, yeah, people being able to like talk to the devs just like over Discord and ask like, hey, does this have wave dashing in it? And then just be like, yeah, it does. It's like already leaps and bounds like further than like any other, like what you can expect from any other like fighting games pretty much.
Yeah, that key point is the IP, because we've seen a lot of development teams make platform fighters for competitive play, but the one ingredient they're missing is the IP. They usually have to start IP from grounds up, right? Rivals of Aether, Icons, which is now Rushdown Revolt, Slap City, right? Like these are all teams that in my opinion they made great games, but to really have that reach, you need the IP, right? And like we keep saying IP, and even if the game's fantastic, it like if you don't have that IP to just bring it to that next level, it like almost feels impossible, right? But now we're seeing a development team that we know have made an amazing platform fighter, and now they have this powerful IP. Like I can't wait to see where this goes, because that they care so much about the competitive side of the platform fighter, right? Like it's gonna be so sick. And even like we're already kicking it off with rollback and sick movement, wave landing, all that stuff, right? And then it's like even for future stuff like stage lists, how the legal stages are going to work, how balancing is going to work, right? Like if some of these patches will be a little bit more exciting, because like I think right now everyone feels that a lot of ultimate patches are kind of lackluster, right? Kind of thing. So I'm even like past that, even like developer support, right? Like if we're gonna have actual prize pools or actual like tournament circuits from the developer, like that. Because like my expectations are like pretty high, and I'm almost like kind of expecting these kinds of things to come out, because we're like we're kicking it off with rollback and wave landing. Like, whoa, dang, like what an opener.
I think the Smash community in general is very like eager to get any sort of like developer support, official prize
drop
pools.
Of water, dude. Just
a
drop of water. I'm gonna put it out there right now. I've already ran a Nickelodeon sponsored event, so
true.
That is not up for debate. They will do that. So that is a very, very good sign.
True.
Mm-hmm.
Already.
No, I mean the fact that they got this studio to make this game in the first place is already like a very, very good sign.
Yeah. And another thing to think about too is like if this game pops off, which I really hope it does. I hope a lot of people support it, right? And I have faith in it. If this kicks off, then other big companies will like, whoa, wait, what? Like someone just copied the formula. They had a good IP and it worked. Wait a minute. We're a big company. We have a great IP. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it'll increase the chances of other big companies to, facilitate the platform fighter, area, right? Just this whole, workspace. And that just is always, in my opinion, more competition is good, right? Like, will it push Nintendo to put rollback and all that other stuff? Probably not, right? Like, but I think in general, just more competition is just better, right? Because they're like all of a sudden, it's not just like one company that like calls out all the shots and it's like, yeah, no one else is here, so like fuck it, we can just do this, and yeah, we don't care, right? But when there's more competition, there's like more like competitive drive to make improvements to the games and all that other stuff, right? And then like standards start moving around. So yeah, I think it's going to be really healthy.
Yeah, no, I agree. I absolutely agree, man. It's going to be really healthy, and again, like I said, there's a lot of companies already taking notice, and it's exciting time. I think that kind of also some people know that. I think a lot of people already know with Sakurai. It seems like this is going to be. We just potentially could be his last Smash, right?
It definitely feels like that, yeah. Like this is his farewell. Like this is his last piece of work.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's good for that to happen. For that, like, he's been working a lot. He gets to get his rest and everything too. And I think now all the people have been inspired by him and what he's done. Like people have been working and building things. Like obviously we've seen over the years the amount of platform fighters come out. It progressed far more so, and people understand people have understood the casual draw to it. I think that's why they made a lot of like terrible platform fighters out there, right? For all these different games, whether it be for anime, cartoons, whatever it may be. There's like a ton of them because people understand like it's just super fun to just play these favorite characters that you like and just bash like your friends, right? Like do like 4-on-4 or whatever, like whatever it may be, right? So they've found that, but I love that over time now we're getting to a point where there's indie people who are making a lot of super competitive ones, right? And they're just trying to figure out how to do it in the right way. And we've had these super casual ones that have been happening for a long time. And it seems like people are starting to realize now that we need to get that middle ground, which is what the beauty of Smash is, right? That hits kind of both sides. But you can do it with a company that will actually support you.
And if these big companies hire from, the smaller companies that have been working on Smash-like games, like competitive Smash-like games, but they don't have the IP, right? Like, you have them come together and like, this is the kind of stuff we can get. The Nickelodeon All Stars, right? Like, it's so perfect, and this is huge. Like, this is really, really big for just like the platform fighter community.
Yeah, and I'm actually curious to hear from Ludosity people too, man. I'd love to interview these guys, but I'm sure that probably a bunch of them came into making Slap City with this very intention.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like this is their resume type of deal.
It's like they're getting into their late game, right?
Exactly. I mean, heck, if we want to talk about how Smash started, that's how Smash started too, right? Like it was built with these random polygon characters. And he's like, all right, it's gonna be this game, and they're like, dude, all right, we'll do this, but we're gonna slap on Nintendo IP and boom.
Can we get Mr. Pikachu in there? Like,
yeah, exactly. Like how about that? We get a little Fox McCloud, and that's how it started. So, it's really exciting to see that. It's really exciting to see an indie developer be able to take it far. It's also great to see a company that's kind of been interested in this space and that's really been pushing out and trying to support in different ways. It's coming into the fold to do big things, so that's really dope. I just think this has just a lot of good science, man. And like if this works out, like this platform fighters can be like a tier 1. Like if this game works out, honestly, it does have the ingredients. A lot of the ingredients
big out here.
Dude, I'm keeping it real, dude. Like it has the ingredients because we all know that Smash has been having the ingredients. It's literally the one thing. It's just that the company just doesn't want to do it.
Yeah, Nintendo could make it tier 1.
It's been that. Yeah. It can easily be a tier 1. Like even on a collegiate scale, people see it as a tier 1 because it's literally you go to colleges and the top 2 games that are being played on a collegiate level is League and Smash. Turn the groups across the board. So it's not like a insane thing. Like it's been there, and there's a lot of people who really love the formula. They really love platform fighters, right? And now it's like you get all these things together, and you get that legacy like of Smash all in there. Man, this looks good, dude. It's funny too because I don't know. Did you guys see Coney's video on the game?
Oh, not yet. No.
Okay, so he did a video on this, and it was funny because when the characters were coming out, he's like, dude, wait, who did they make this for? Because honestly, if you look at the characters, a lot of them are old school characters. Like,
no, yeah, they are
old characters, right? Like, it's like dude,
Unreal Monsters characters in there? Like, what? Ren and Stimpy's in there?
Exactly, bro. So it's just like, you look at it, you're like, wait.
The target audience, dude.
Yeah, dude,
it's us.
Yeah, no, that's what it feels like. It feels like it's us. That like we are the target demographic. I mean, they do have some newer age characters and stuff as well too, but there's a lot of old school characters. That's kind of sick. Like, it's hitting our childhoods.
Yeah,
it's showing our gameplay style. Like, damn, bro, write me some more, man. Like, what else? Whisper in my ear, sweet nothings. Like, like it's a love letter. Like, it's sick. I like it.
No, seriously. Okay. And that's like something that we've seen that, we wish that Nintendo would do in other areas, such as like Pokemon, like acknowledge that, a lot of your fan base is a lot older now. And so like, it's okay to like, cater to them more because they really do, like, they still love this stuff. Like,
we got guap.
Their audience, it's here. I do wonder though, like, what, obviously, like, everyone is pretty much going to be playing this game upon release and trying it out, but I do wonder, like, who from, like, each community are going to be like the top, considered like the top players and like sticking with it and everything. I think that's gonna be really fun to figure out.
The best SpongeBob in the world, man.
Because that's what happened with because that's what happened with I know Bam, you mentioned this earlier, but with PM, that's like the two communities kind of like came together. There was a lot of crossover right there, and that was super cool.
Absolutely. It's funny because people have been arguing about this, and some people think that there's not going to be. They think that there's going to be crossover for a bit, and then we're going to all go back to our own silos. And then some people will stick with it, and then it grows up. But I don't know, man. I think there's a really good chance for where the game is and where people are right now. And now that people are more attuned to esports as well, I think there's the opportunity of a lot of people sticking, like transitioning from Melee or transitioning from Ultimate into playing this game. Maybe they play both or whatever too, but I could see people making this their main game, provided the things that we see right now. The fact that Nickelodeon is willing to do stuff and so at least support events, you know that, and it's like based on how Slap City is, it's very like PM-esque, where it's like they take some things from the modern Smash titles and then they take like Melee and they make a little simplified, right? So yeah, dude, like there's just a lot of that stuff. Like a lot of the shield dropping stuff is going to be in there, like how crazy is that, like they have a game that can shield drop again, and like, the platform drops that we saw, the Waveland that's already been there, that talked about wave dashing being in the game. Like, man, I think that you're going to see a good amount of Melee people be in there. I think that there's going to be a lot of Ultimate people. And I do think there's some other people in other games, man. Some of these FG guys want to come in.
I mean, that's the thing. Like the IP itself, no matter what your background is, like you probably are going to want to play this game because the IP,
right? And some of them just feel that it's some of these guys, they feel like it's a new start, so they kind of want to take a chance, right? There's a lot people don't realize there's a lot of traditional fighting game players that actually low-key play Smash, and they don't go really to tournaments and stuff, but they watch it a lot, they play, they learn, they go to tournament every now and then. A lot of people don't know that back in the day, Justin Wong played ICs, and like he learned the chain grab stuff too, and like there's a lot of people out there like that, right? But they're just like they just get bodied or whatever, and it's like there's just a whole depth of like knowledge of platform fighters that it's not as necessarily as one-to-one, right? Versus like traditional fighters. And so it's like hard for them to circumvent that. But I think a lot of them would be more willing to do so at the dawn of a new series. And that's kind of what we're seeing, right? Even though we know that there's like a lot of legacy stuff that's going to come over because of how Slap City is. But I don't know. I think it'll be interesting to see that, man. A lot of people kind of coming into this and knowing it can be an esport off the top. That's exciting. That's really, really exciting. So.
All right, everyone, that's our thoughts on the Nickelodeon All Star. It's crazy news. There's a lot of factors going into this, right? A lot of speculation, but a lot of transparency as well coming out from the development team. So we're all super excited. If you guys enjoyed this kind of content, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and of course, hit the bell for notifications and join the Discord as well. Link should be down in the description below. But until next time, class dismissed.